Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th.
And hopefully this is the time that we'll actually get the meme line.
Right. Leave it to me.
Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. I'd love to see Von Karma break.
And then I serious. That night I was out. Every time.
It's gonna make me laugh every time, too.
You know what? We'll commit to the bit. That night I was out on a boat on the lake.
I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home.
So he said that he heard only one gunshot. I can't imagine there's like enough space in between the gunshots for him to go home, for him to not have heard the second one. So, I don't like this. This is gonna be hard, isn't it?
That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court.
Why, thank you, Judge.
In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
I don't wanna. Can I go home? Can I be excused? Yes, Your Honor.
What's wrong, Nick?
Have you been paying even the slightest bit of attention, Maya? You
Nope.
should know. It's Larry. I have no idea what he's gonna say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Are you saying that I shouldn't press him?
Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick.
What's gonna happen if I were to do this? Please don't get defensive, even because I'm your friend. Oh.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright?
There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin.
Ah.
Well, okay. First of all, what time was it?
Oh, it was after 11.
No, I was ready to say PM or AM.
It was after 11 when I went out in the boat.
I'm pretty sure that lines up with the caretaker's alibi.
Uh-huh.
By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak.
If you'll forgive the pun. And why were you out on a boat at such a late hour? Excuse me, that's why. Looking for something?
Yeah.
You. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for?
Oh my god. What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth, in a sense. This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with. In such a hurry, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
Around what time was that?
Karma is so salty.
Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour.
I guess it was around 12. Yeah. You're not sure?
Hey, don't give me that face.
Right back at you.
I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay?
Fair. People use watches these days, Larry. Actually, no, they don't. They use phones, but okay.
We serve food here, sir.
Sorry, this is a Wendy's. Just as I was thinking about going home, heard the bang, alright?
Who was banging, Larry?
Where did the sound come from?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know.
Did you look at the lake?
Where you were?
Yeah, I looked.
What was it? Looked over the lake, didn't see a boat. How? Why? Oh, probably because of the fog. Wasn't there a boat on the lake?
Order! Order! I knew it. Well, Mr. Butts. Mr. Squidward!
Whoa, whoa! Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not.
Okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. No, he's both loving it and hating it. Heard that single gunshot, I went home. I'm going to still press him on this, but I have a feeling that I'm able to bring up Lada's testimony and say, well, what about the second gunshot? Hopefully, anyway.
Yeah.
So you only heard one bang. There's no comma there, so you only heard one bang, correct?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, Nick?
It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it?
That was the last thing, wasn't it?
It was pretty fucky-wucky. I guess I should just start working on the contradictions. Which I already kinda found one, I think.
Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister.
Alright, so just to be safe, you know what we gonna do.
Yep.
We gotta take the coward's way out. Alright, so blah 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 blah.
That one.
This one and this one. Music stopped. Always good. Wait a sec, Larry.
What?
You only heard one bang? You're sure?
That's what I said.
That's what I said!
I said what I said.
Dude, front-facing Lada looks so fucking weird. Her eyes are way too far apart.
Oh god, wait, yeah.
She freaking looks like Beans, the lizard from Rango. It's making me uncomfortable.
Why is that
Does she
picture
not
so
look like
cursed?
Beans? Oh my gosh, Lex is falling over in her
Oh,
on
no.
the couch. She's laughing so hard. Oh, I broke her. Oh no.
Oh no.
I love you. But Ms. Hold on, it's gonna take me a second to recover. But Ms. Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. I'm not gonna go easy on you just because we're buds. Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said?
Yo, Nick, please.
Huh?
You know, something's been bothering me.
Dude, don't bring up like personal stuff on the witness stand. Don't let that get in the way of just anything. Come on.
I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here.
That is not how that works.
You gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay?
No, we do not.
No. You don't get out of this that easily.
Mr. Butts,
What?
you only heard 1 gunshot?
Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure.
Not sure? How could you not be sure? It's the murder we're talking about, dude.
Yeah. Well, I might have missed the other gunshot.
It's a gunshot.
I was, listening to something else.
Like what? Something else? Oh.
My radio, dude! With my headphones!
What? Please tell me you were listening to something good.
Order! Order! And stop that booing! Mr. Butts!
Please tell me it was Chaperone.
You were listening to the radio with your headphones.
Yeah. So what? Is that a crime?
Yes.
I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal?
Was it Radiohead? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion?
I'm a bigger fan of Sabrina Carpenter myself. Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony?
What's the worst that could happen? How could we get any lower than we are right now?
Let him cook.
Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Against my better judgment. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost.
Same could be said about you.
Oh, shit.
Very well, Mr. Butts. Please, give your testimony, and be sure to include details like your radio.
Right, leave it to me.
Yeah, that's what you said last time. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. What Larry heard. What rockin' tunes.
It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve.
It's
That's
really
why I was...
Are you sure it wasn't almost Christmas?
That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud. Like...
A real...
booming loud, like... But I'm sure I heard that gunshot.
Must have been in between songs.
I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too.
Get the DJ on the stand.
Did the DJ to the stand? You were listening to your radio at a high volume?
Yeah. What's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country?
I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. He was probably listening to Paper Planes by MIA.
True enough. It is difficult to believe this testimony.
That's my friend. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said... The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot.
Excuse me? DJ?
I know you're old, but you must know what a DJ is. Come on. An announcer. The guy who says things on the radio. I mean, anyway.
You have to take into consideration both the judge and the prosecutor in this case.
What that means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so we could have heard the gunshot from the lake. Now, so it wasn't a drum beat. We can roll that out. That's a good point. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
Can't believe I'm continuing the charade. When you don't have anything, then you use it. It's lonely being on Christmas Eve. How exactly are you gonna press that? So you turned on the radio?
Right.
So you turned the radio. Oh my gosh, I missed this face. Anime
I
eyes.
just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like, you know, being out there, on Christmas Eve,
I shouldn't have said anything. Did you see his eyes sparkle in his eyes? Wait,
I saw his eyes.
Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. You don't know that unless the frickin' guide actually says something and it could be used.
Objection sustained. Objection, sirs. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night?
What? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Listen to the real booming loud. Real booming loud. Okay, boomer.
Okay, Boomer. Yeah, you know.
And you had headphones on?
Yep.
Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all.
That's it.
Sure you heard the gunshot? How sure are you? Can you prove that? No, of course you can't.
Damn.
Nah, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know?
So your evidence is, I feel it in my soul. Exactly what the DJ was saying. What was the DJ saying?
And this is the last thing of the testimony.
Mm-hmm. What did she say? I want to hear it. I want to know. Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. How about you cease these pointless interruptions? What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us?
Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason as to why we should care.
Is there any possible way that, like, I'm really not sure how radio broadcasts work. Do they, like, have any sort of footage they could play back to us and we can, like, somehow time sync that to the time that the gunshot took place?
Maybe.
Or something. I mean, if it's not something like that, then hopefully something will come out of me clicking on this one. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if you don't ask, hmm?
Fine. Very well.
I guess we're going with that.
Mr. Butts, please testify to the court.
A new testimony?
What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot?
Sure, she was saying, I'm about to shoot this guy. It's coming. It's gotta be coming, right?
Press it.
Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot.
She said, hey, it's almost Christmas. I heard the gunshot.
Are you sure?
Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice.
Now that's irrelevant. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. Wait, this is where it's going to come in, the meme line, because she said it was almost Christmas.
But almost Christmas doesn't mean it was Christmas.
Right, so it wasn't quite midnight yet. That actually does help.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
I'm excited for both to be used as evidence and to finally hear the meme line. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. It makes me feel like rolling out, but there's one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Okay, so hold up. Let me go back.
It has to be that last one where you present the thing.
So what exactly do I present? I'm trying to think. She sounds like gunshots just after midnight. After midnight, motherfucker.
Yes!
Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct?
Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude! Oh! Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy! Oh!
Is something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said?
That witness right there, the one I'm pointing to.
Oh my god, that's me again. Could you stop panning the camera to the person who isn't talking? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot.
Indeed. And?
Yeah.
Yeah!
We did it, we're finally here.
He said the thing!
Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. It's actually not Christmas, it's currently February 6th. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve.
That would seem to be the case. Yes.
This whole thing is the case. What are you talking about? But that contradicts the two testimonies we've heard so far, Your Honor. Both Ms. Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Order! Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight.
Hold on. Is this where the fact that the gun was fired 3 times is going to come into play?
Maybe.
Larry heard the first gun, but then again, why wouldn't the caretaker or Lauder have heard the first gunshot? So maybe I'm reading too much into it. We'll see.
Yeah.
However, this witness said he heard a gunshot before midnight.
Judge, the answer is simple. I don't know what's happening.
So why am I here?
The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him, sus.
What? What?
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gun... what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight?
He's right.
This is what I think. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. Concerning. Looking into it. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Is this where I bring up the gun that was fired 3 times? Is this where I bring up the gun that was fired 3 times?
I think it is.
Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. I am hoping. Okay.
Fired 3 times.
This is my evidence.
The murder weapon?
Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. Let's go.
Yes, yes, yes.
When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight.
Order! Order! I guess that would make sense out of yesterday's testimonies.
Of course you have something to say about that. Bah, you waste our time again with your empty statements. Yes, the pistol was fired 3 times. But do you have any proof that it was fired before midnight? Excuse me. Do you have proof that the witness didn't just think he heard something?
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now.
Oh god, it literally just said point of no return.
Do you have evidence that proves there was a gunshot before midnight? Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butts wasn't just hearing things?
Yes, I do.
This badge!
Oh fuck, I can't save.
Oh no.
Time of death, sometime after the 21st shot from proximity.
Nope.
Oh god, now I'm nervous. Now I'm really nervous.
Oh, wait. Can we
What?
look at that photo?
What, this one?
The
Or
yeah.
this one? No.
The
Or this one?
no. Okay.
We can check that one. We can't check this one for some reason.
The 11:50 p.m. one. Okay.
Yeah, almost midnight, almost Christmas. Maybe that's the one that I use. Because the other 2 testimonies said that it took place after midnight, so...
I might be onto something.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Or screw it, rather. Because my daughter is still awake and trying to sleep.
Look at this photograph!
Nickelback reference. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
Oh yeah?
Oh
yeah. But there's nothing on the lake in this picture.
Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises.
Aha!
Aha, indeed. I'm glad you agree. Correct. Damn right, aha.
Correct!
There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, there was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims. And I feel so smart.
I feel smart. Order! Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake.
Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots, separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second.
Shadow Realm.
Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah!
What's wrong, Nick?
The hell if I know. I have it! I have it! I'm glad you do, because I don't.
He screamed in the middle of the courtroom. He has it.
Huh? What?
Remember the case with the steel samurai? Barely, that was like half a year ago.
Huh?
It really was.
Yeah, of course I remember.
The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case.
What do you mean?
Maya,
Yes?
just making sure you're paying attention. If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it.
Right. I mean, is this safe?
Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. That's a good point. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay?
Right, Nick.
Speaking of fish, are we ever going to address the fact that the caretaker had a bunch of, like, saltwater fish on his wall next to a lake? Your Honor.
I would like to address the photos found in the caretaker's lounge.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. That's a really bold statement to make. Still haven't figured out who the frickin'... It's Kionsei. I'm calling it. I'm so calling it. It's so Kionsei.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
Either that, or he finally figured out who the caretaker is.
Yeah.
So, you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Nuh-uh. Wrong, Von Karma.
He made fun of me.
A man who was shot that night. Let me try that again. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. It wasn't Shootworth who did the edging. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on the lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. Bang. Splishy splashy. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake.
Karma's reading a book to a kindergarten class.
The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. Mr. Von Karma, another plane has hit the tower. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, I'm sorry, that was in poor taste.
I zoned out for just enough time to be like, where the fuck did that come from?
The guilty party has to be the other man on that boat.
I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yes. But imagine dragging these nuts across your chin. But also this assumes...
Shit, not guilty!
But this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 15.
But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. So, you're literally admitting that you're grasping at straws here. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. Oh fuck, really?
I'm saying it's anything but 3.
I'm gonna assume that it's Edgeworth and the murderer, because if we recall, in the cold open of this particular episode, it was never established who the other guy was that was on the boat. It was just the murder victim that was revealed later. So I'm gonna go with this one after I, be a little bitch.
Yeah. Because we never really, especially as seen by the photograph, we never knew who was on the boat. It was just implied that one of them was Edgeworth and the victim in this case.
So I am going to hopefully do good things. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Uh-huh. How did he do that?
What? Are you serious?
Yes. Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. And that holds up in a court of law now, apparently.
Yep.
That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place.
I'm not sure what to make of all of this.
Ludicrous.
Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then.
The murderer's name? Wright. It's... I can't imagine it was Lotta. I was kind of hoping that, what's-his-face, Yanni Yogi was gonna pop up here. So... Save's coming once again. I'm gonna hope that this goes somewhere. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know?
Bah, again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. Here we go. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. How the heck am I gonna prove that?
The caretaker of the boat shop?
Wait, the DL6 stuff, maybe?
Where did he do this? There weren't many boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not on a boat?
What?
Nor was it with a goat.
Nor was it with my coat.
Well then, where did the murder take place?
Oh. Really? Okay, so we got, Lotta's van here, the boat rental shop here.
Oh no, never mind, I thought the panda's gonna glow yellow.
And the, hot dog stand here.
Yeah.
So then, since I'm accusing the boat shop owner, I'm gonna assume that the scene of the crime was the boat shop? Okay.
Music stopped again.
Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. No. Overruled. I have that authority now. If you have authority over the judge, then I have authority over you.
Bitch.
Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. Are we playing Snake? What the hell?
That boat is moving.
It's got the zoomies.
Golly.
That night, he was out on the lake in a boat searching for something. And then fusing with other boats.
Just to hide the evidence.
He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? Aha.
The boat shop.
I love how the game, like, puts all of the pieces together for me. I'm really only doing half the work here.
Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nick, are you sure about this?
Nope. Not really. Our confidences are just on equal playing grounds right now. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. Oh boy, so now I actually have to piece it together myself, don't I? That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. There it is. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake.
Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright?
Dude, I don't know. I'm gonna hope it was the boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone?
Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. To create a witness. That old man is smarter than we give him credit for. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Is he actually faking the brain damage, I wonder?
We were talking about that for a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, he goes for a swim. The murderer jumps from the boat himself to make Miles think that he killed him, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. Because, to be fair, even Edgeworth himself doesn't exactly know what happened, and this explains why.
I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake.
Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly!
So now how is this gonna pan out? I'm excited.
Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker...
Let me take a time to thank our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends. I would like to ask the defendant Miles Edgeworth a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night?
Very good question.
What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry, I can't say what it was.
You probably kinda have to, though. This is a court of law, after all.
Bailiff.
I'll take the bailiff. Your Honor, sir! I don't know why I chose that.
Bailiff! We are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet.
The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either.
Oh boy.
What?
What should I do?
Find him, quickly! We cannot allow him to get away.
Guilty people don't run. That's all I'll say.
Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared.
Well, fuck. A search warrant has already been issued.
It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances.
Then why did you say it?
I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed.
See, I told you that they were gonna extend it again.
Well then,
I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood?
Sorry, what? I wasn't listening.
One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker?
Oh, I know who he is.
I think his identity has become very important to this trial.
Dude, we all know who it is by now. Can we please stop beating around the bush?
I want him. And I want to know who he is.
I want to know what his pronouns are so I can talk shit about him.
On Twitter.com. Very well. Court is adjourned.
Holy twists and turns.
Yay, Nick, you did it!
Damn right I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict.
And what about Larry? What about Larry? That was something else.
Yeah, that's two people now that have proved that they're actually worth something around here.
Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out.
Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients.
That was deep. Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you say something?
Jeez, dude, you're really out of it right now. It's almost like you've been accused of murder for something.
Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably gonna get off the hook. You can try to smile, just a little. Relax.
You're so pretty, Edgeworth. You should smile more.
I'm sorry. But I fear it's not over for me yet.
What do you mean?
Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know whether or not to tell you.
Edgeworth?
No. There's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but...
Oh my god, dude. Will you two just fuck already?
I can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edgeworth? You got me super curious now.
It's a nightmare I had.
Uh-huh.
A memory of a crime that I committed.
That you committed? What? Yeah, a crime you committed?
A memory of a murder.
Say what now?
To be
No.
continued.
No, don't do this to us, game. What the hell? You can't just leave it like that. You can't just drop an A-bomb like that. What is wrong with you? Ugh. I guess we'll find out next time.
Well,
That's gonna be hanging in the air for a while.
yes it is.
Uh-huh.